Hi, in this demo of Form Titan and Salesforce, I'd like to show you how you can control which fields are updated when things are empty or when you create or update an object in Salesforce. In our case, we will create a lead, we'll ask them for the email and the company and the full name. If they don't enter a company, we want to put a default value in the company field in Salesforce. So to do that, we'll go to Salesforce integration, push data to Salesforce, we will click edit and we will click add object. We will select the lead object because that's what I want to create. You can select any object including your own custom objects, and I will say map fields to map those fields into Salesforce. So I'll take the last name from the form and the first name from the form, and we want the email to go through, and we also want the company to go through, and we don't want company to be mandatory. Okay, but if it's empty, we can click configure and say, you know what, if it's empty, put a demo company into the lead instead of empty, and I click apply and apply again and finish. Now if we go and let's run this form, so this guy will be called don't use and don't@use.com, and I will not put a company. I'll click submit, and if I'll go to my leads in Salesforce, here are my leads, I'll say all open leads, go, and here is don't use, it's got demo company, perfect, it's created exactly as I wanted. You know what, now what I'll do, I'll delete that lead, and this time I will put a company in just to show that it will update. It will put the company in. So don't use, don't@use.com, and don't use is my company. And I click submit. Again, the lead should be created. There he is. And this time the company is populated as expected. Now, what we also can do with Form Titan is the ability to update data. Okay, so let's say if the email address does exist, we want them to be able to update the company maybe, but we don't want them to update their full name. So here again, I'll click on edit for push to Salesforce, and I'll edit the lead create. And now I can say, instead of create, I want you to update the lead based on email. So if the email in Salesforce equals to the email field on the form. However, if it's not found, create the lead. And now I can go to map fields and say, you know what, I don't want you to be able to update your last name. So I'll say don't use for update, but use for create. And the same thing for first name. Don't use for update, only use it for create. Company stays the same because we want them to be able to update the company, and if it's empty, we want demo company. So now if I go and run this form, I refresh the form and I put A, B, and I'll call it don't@use.com, and company will be 123. When I click submit, it should go and update that lead. Let's have a look. I'll refresh the page and you can see the company has been updated. Let's delete this lead and re-enter it to make sure it's created as well. So don't use.@use.com, company will be 123 again. Click submit and go to Salesforce, refresh the page, and there it is. Don't use is back. It's been created correctly with the first and last name and the company because it's a create action. So as you can see, you can remove fields from update, create, or if they're empty, you can put a default value. Thank you very much for your time.